Yo. This video is going to cover the guides and factions for beginners. When you first start out, you might not understand why you'd even join a guild when you're thriving alone. Might even just think the 3 letters before the name are just for show. At the start, you're just figuring out the game, and actually don't even have an option to join some factions. However, joining the pirate and trade union factions are available at level 10 with no other requirements. The other 3 factions, Espanol, Antilia, and Guy, all require you to have 33 reputation to join them. The most steady way to increase your reputation is by completing missions, also known as rumors, at the tavern. Each mission will increase your reputation by 1 in your chosen faction choice. Alternatively, you can sink players in the pirate faction to increase your reputation in all other factions by 1. But that might be hard starting out in smaller ships and less upgrades. Potentially reaching out to guilds you want to join and see if they will let you roam the ocean with them. Hunting down pirates together, making sure that you get solid hits in to receive reputation, which goes into messaging guilds you're interested in, instead of just applying and saying I want in. Messaging the members of the guild and talking to them about your interest is a good way to get your foot in the door, since if a guild is not max capacity, they will want more members. When you're alone in the game and you choose to use your decoy or black flag, every player is hostile towards you, which can be overwhelming starting out. Joining a faction potentially shaves off 1/5 of hostile players. Since you are in the same faction, these players will only help or back you up instead. If someone in the same faction did end up sinking you, they would get a reputation penalty. So while it could happen, most want to support their allies, not sink them. You'll also notice when you hover over a port owned by a guild, you'll see how much gold the port generates in a single day. The wealth is distributed among its members, which can be a nice bonus, as well as ports being able to supply you with nice discounts and benefits while under your ownership, such as quicker recovery after sinking, items being discounted, and even more resources when dismantling ships. You'll have access to guild missions in the tavern, which can potentially give better rewards than rumors, and shared progression quests for each guild that can rank up the guild to further unlock benefits. There is also content in the game that a lot of times just isn't feasible to do alone, such as being able to take down an imperial fort together can give some nice resources, especially if you're starting out. Getting 50 beams can help build a ship at the beginning. There is also huge battles that happen between guilds and factions. If you ever wanted to experience this kind of gameplay, it would be smart to ally with a side. Otherwise, both sides will sink you immediately. These huge battles normally stem from a port battle, which is fighting over the ownership of ports. These battles require you not only to have an active guild, but also skilled and strategic members. So this is where in-game content is found, by conquering the map. Now the hard question is, which faction to join? Joining one makes you an enemy of the rest most of the time. However, the trade union usually keeps to themselves, since their focus is trading goods. While trade unions have been known to ally with select guilds to help protect them in dangerous waters. If you don't want to PvP, but focus on economy, profits, and the bigger picture, the trade union could be a good early game choice to build a solid foundation of wealth. The pirate faction is almost the opposite in regards to PvP. Joining the pirates, the game will immediately lock you out of using the peace flag. So you are PvP focused, like to board other players to take their loot, and are an enemy of all other factions. The pirates are initially hostile towards each other even, however some servers form a coalition, allowing the pirates to work together to be able to compete with the other major factions. The other 3 factions will all have the same pros and cons, but is very dependent on each server. While the Spanish might dominate the EU server, the NA server is controlled by Antilla and Kai, so joining the winning side of the server will offer you the most benefit, allowing you to dominate the waters if you want to join the top guilds. However, sometimes you don't want everything handed to you on a platter. The game can potentially become stale if you already get everything so easily. While building up an underdog faction to secure even a single port can feel really rewarding. Sharing their experience is part of playing an MMO game in my opinion. While you absolutely can play solo and be neutral in dangerous waters, carving your own path, Being able to laugh together and have a common enemy can create bonds that only add to the game. There isn't a best choice, since it really comes down to your playstyles. Focus on trades, PvP everyone you set your eyes on, or dominate the seas with major factions. Hopefully this can help beginners understand why people join factions and the benefits that follow. And if I've missed anything, since I haven't been in the top factions, please let me know additional benefits or other reasons you joined in the comments.